Just be aware when you arrive in Singapore, even though it says on the internet you can get a train into the city area, there are no tickets you can buy, not for the last year. You need to go upstairs and get a 3-day pass, and that was dearer to get a 3-day pass than for us to get a taxi from the airport and back when we're finished in 24 hours time. The taxi was about $25 Australian from the airport to our hotel in the city. So if you're not staying in Singapore, you can do a free transit tour if you have enough time for your stopover. You're only allowed to exit once, so this is the place to go to see this free Singapore tour. So you can go out and have a trip around Singapore while you're waiting for your next flight. Here we are walking down the street, down Church Street in Singapore, heading down to Marina Boulevard, which goes to Garden by the Bay. If you're staying longer than 3 days, it would be advisable to get the 3-day pass from the airport. That will give you access to the metro and the buses around the city area, but just be aware that there is 2 changes from the airport to the city if you're catching the train with luggage. We had a 24-hour layover in Singapore. It does not give you enough time to do everything that you would like to do with Gardens by the Bay and the Sky Deck. The Sky Deck doesn't open until 11 a.m. and then it's only open till 9 p.m. So we had a flight out the next day at 12 o'clock. We had to be at the airport, so there was no way we could go up the Sky Deck. We made a choice to go to the Gardens by the Bay. Gardens by the Bay admission is free, so we chose to do the garden, and that was all we could do for the time we had there of that night. If you arrive late in the evening, Gardens by the Bay is open till about 2 a.m, but Floral Fantasy, Cloud Forest and the observation walk is closed early, so if you pay for all these things you won't get to utilise the full functionality. Marina Bay Sands shopping centre in Singapore. You can take the escalators from inside the shopping centre to get up on the roof to go across the Gardens by the Bay. Beautiful view, but you can't smell the beautiful Singaporean food everywhere cooking. Marina Bay Sky Park. Oh yeah, take a walkway across from the shopping centre to Marina Bay Sands Resort, and you can exit through the resort into Gardens by the Bay. Marina Sands observation deck is only open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. You will need to book your time. It is governed by the amount of people on the deck. It's only allowed about a 1 hour visit after 5 p.m. Prices start at $28 each and the last admission is 7:30 p.m. Please check with Marina Bay Sands as on the day of your visit it could be closed for a private function. The bay opening times are 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. Cloud Forest, Flower Dome and the Skyway are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Floral Fantasy is open from 10 to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 8 p.m. on weekends. All attractions in Gardens by the Bay are 9 to 4 p.m. and after 4 p.m. you have to book your time. You're only allowed 1 hour only and you can only use on the day and there are no re-entry on the day. It's always best to check the website for prices and closure days also for maintenance. Supertree Grove Garden Rhapsody light show is on at 7:45 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. daily. It is free to watch, as is the garden entry. At the time of doing this vlog, it was for a couple $174 admission into all of the attractions in Gardens by the Bay, and with 2 children it would be $298 for the day. We arrived too late in the day to even warrant spending the cost of going into Cloud Forest, Flower Dome, the Skyway and Floral Fantasy. People are starting to wait everywhere for the light show. It's about to happen in about 30 minutes. It was a beautiful day in Singapore, approximately 30 degrees and beautiful skies. Sit back and enjoy the Garden Rhapsody light show. It's been condensed from about 30 minutes to about 4 minutes for your viewing. Just picked out some of the highlights. To be up on the skywalk, when the show is on, you have to pre-book for the time that you want. Beautiful Singapore. That's the end of Gardens by the Bay for us this time round with the Supertree light show. We're heading back to our hotel now as we have an early flight after leaving Brisbane at 4 a.m. this morning. We arrived in here to Singapore, and now tomorrow we have a 7-hour flight to Dubai, so we're back to the hotel for some rest. Keep watching for the beautiful sunrise over Singapore and the Sands Marina tomorrow morning. Absolutely stunning. Singapore, early hours of the morning, just before the sun comes up. The river walk in the quay. Apologise for the shots at night time. Got a new GoPro 11 Hero Black, and unfortunately the light sensor does not handle dark or semi-light conditions. Walking along Riverwalk in Singapore. Beautiful this time of morning. Coming up to the Fullerton Hotel. Cavanagh Bridge. Looking from Cavanagh Bridge onto Anderson Bridge, and the Fulton Hotel in the background. Singapore is a beautiful city. We didn't plan on our trip to stay any more than one day, so that's all the time we have after this sunrise this morning, and then we're off to the airport for our flight to Dubai. Asian Civilizations Museum. It is gorgeous walking around here early morning. It's nice and cool. It gets hotter, about 30 degrees it was yesterday when we arrived here, so it's quite a pleasure walking around here this morning. Coming onto Anderson Bridge, heading towards this Sky Park observation deck. Airline Park, looking across Marina Bay Sands and Gardens by the Bay, and the wheel with the sun's coming through it. Absolutely beautiful. Sunrise. Freeway by a river walk. You don't need to go across, you can walk straight under. There's restaurants or cafes and everything underneath, including a 7-Eleven store. Walking back across Anderson Bridge. Please keep an eye out for our other vlogs. Going to be adding a lot more vlogs from our journey across Russia and Europe, and a lot of other trips that we've had prior to that. Be adding them on here after we've finished this one. Beautiful hotel, Fullerton Hotel. I'm looking across Cavanagh Bridge. Sky Park observation in the background, and back the other way towards Anderson Bridge. This is a really lovely area. So all of this area here that I've been walking along is part of Clark Quay. All this river walk. Fantastic, beautiful area. Keep an eye out for our videos that are going to follow on our journey as we travel through parts of Russia and across Europe, and keep an eye out for the tips and tricks and what to watch out for with traps for young players. Coming back along past all the restaurants a couple of hours later, it's still empty at 8 o'clock. It mustn't open until 9 o'clock or so. At the airport, heading off to Dubai for a 24-hour stay and then off to St. Petersburg, Russia.